solid line of rain going south.
Michael, do I have this turned on? Come look at it. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Look.
Oh, take Sarah's picture.
Now on that one, if it's gonna be longer than an hour meeting, you have to plug it in.
Yeah, we're not gonna be here that long, huh? Sure
I don't
not.
think so.
We're going.
But that's got me before. I learned from that one. That'll get you.
There you go. All right.
There he is.
All right. Come in, John. Come in, sir.
Just in time to get you on film.
All right. I'll let you swing around. You ain't like to sit over there.
I wouldn't want to miss the entire camera.
Yeah, let's call the meeting to order at 5:35 and show that all meeting members are present. Becky?
Okay.
Okay, well, let's see,
Well,
now let's
let's-
approve the minutes
yeah.
from 12:15.
Well, you are trying to shorten it up.
I tried to
You
say
jump
it.
right into it.
Yeah. The minutes from 12:15 are attached, whenever you're ready to approve those.
So me and you were here where John wasn't?
Did what?
Correct.
I missed some meeting this week. Which meeting did I miss?
I'm guessing it's December 15th, but I don't remember for sure.
No, I watched the YouTube and both you and Dr. Burrows were there, but not Mr. Parker over there. No.
Okay. Where was the, do we only have one set of minutes?
Yes. It's on the second page of the packet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, just the one
Meeting
meeting.
did I miss?
The last one of these that we had,
Was it November?
Well, we didn't have one in November, remember, or we had one, but we didn't present. And then, so the one in December, I presented the October,
Mhm.
and then tonight we've got November, December, so we're just gonna do it as a quarter.
Because I know there's one John attended that I didn't attend.
yeah,
Because he called me, he's like, "Did you forget a meeting?" I was like, "Yeah, I forgot about it. I totally
A
forgot."
finance committee meeting?
yeah,
It must
think
have
it
been,
was.
the last one.
the October one possibly?
Because you watched the video to get the attendance on this one.
Mhm.
He didn't think he was here.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's on Glidrose Medical Center, it's on the website.
That's when you did the new format for the cash flow statement. I was here for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah.
Okay, good.
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
All right. Now that you knows he was here, he's.
You want to modify it, John?
Nope.
Who's second?
I will.
Oh,
Take vote first.
We all do.
Okay.
yes,
I'm good.
we have 1 and 2 twos.
All right.
Okay, Becky, now you're up.
All right. Let me pull this up. We found a projector that's working, so, which is nice because when you get to the cash flow statement, it's so small on the printed copy, it's just easier to see. Now, keep in mind that we're going to be looking at the quarter, since we weren't able to present November, before, we'll just do the whole quarter. It'll be October, November, December, if that's okay. So for the first quarter of 2016, our actual admits were 118 with a budget of 135, and our gross revenue, $11,187,100. Oops, next, there we go. The salaries for the hospital, $1,564,115 with a budget of $1,472,627. Our benefits, we were at $565,388 with a budget of $593,273. And our net revenue for the quarter, $2,746,867 with a budget of $3,139,699. And on the benchmarks below, I just put CE Financial Dashboard because in the packet towards the back where they are, you'll see both the November and the December in there, so you'll be able to see all the different benchmarks for both months, if that's all right. Supplies on the first quarter, we were at $590,142 with a budget of $525,169. Our professional services, $480,869 with a budget of $475,791. Our repairs and maintenance, we are at $77,435 with a budget of $89,957. And our indigent, $157,669 with a budget of $103,325. That brings our total expenses to $4,129,386 with a budget of $3,959,367. Our cash collections, this is for the quarter, averages 98.99% with a budget of over 98%. And our days of cash on hand, we are at 6 with a budget of 45.
So I guess October was low, it must have caught up in November, December.
Again, a little bit.
Is the professional services, the attorney fees are included in that?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Our collections for the quarter, $2,719,087 with net revenue of $2,746,867. Okay, boy, this is really small. The cash flow statement for the hospital, LaDonna, you might have to read this off for me. Okay. Wow. Is there any way?
What am I reading?
What do you?
Well, I was just gonna try, I was just
Collections
gonna
total
go through
For
the, yeah.
December is 1375,705.
That was our total cash available.
Total
and
cash
then our
available.
Total cash paid out. It looks
Total
like
cash is 1188,773
$1,180.
for December, right?
So at the end of December, we end up with negative
Negative.
52,000.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We were trying to make it till Friday and Monday.
Yes, we are.
Supposed to get a check this month, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Friday. If not, it'll be Monday. Just depends. It's due on the 31st, but that falls on a Sunday, so we're hoping for Friday.
Do we know if any of our larger people have paid their taxes?
You mean besides
The
Lindy?
large one,
large one.
that's the Friday or Monday.
Okay.
They generally wire the money late in the day on the last day before a penalty. And since with
They wire it in?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They're like me.
They used to write a counter check
No,
and put it on an airplane?
yes, yeah.
And it's like language.
Well, they've started wiring it to the individual entities, and the reason they do that is because of the limit that the CAD has with what they can keep on hand.
Mm.
So they were running, when they pay the total amount, it's not us, I mean, it's the other ones, but they have a threshold, and when they make that threshold, they have to distribute funds. And they were having problems when they were getting the money wired in, it's at 5 o'clock on the last day, getting that out to the entity. So now Luna just wires to everybody's account. And they got our wiring instructions on the 15th, I think,
Yes,
so.
yes, they did.
The big deal is we don't have a clue what they're gonna pay us. You know, that's the unknown, and they've, there was a hearing before the judge last Thursday, I believe it was last Thursday, anyway. And they still didn't divulge what they were gonna pay. I mean, they mentioned paying on a value as low as 940 million. Yeah, the number that they came into, the CAD, was 1.6 billion, so who knows? It's gonna be somewhere between there. So that's a big unknown for us in terms of what we're, and I don't think we'll know until it hits the bank.
How's that for a surprise?
Yeah.
At least the lawyers will keep making them. Yeah, right. This next page is the cash flow statement for the 501A, and as you can see below, they're actually in the black for $17,000. They had a really good collections month in December, over $270,000 in collections. So they did really, really good.
That's different.
Oops. Yeah, it is, isn't it? So that's it for the PowerPoint anyway. So, LaDonna, would you mind to turn the light on so we can?
Wow, we have a lot of business in December.
Can you get by? Oh, you probably can't get by here. I'll go outside. I'll go.
One of the changes, as you'll see in the financials, has to do with the outpatient revenue, and that's, that has to do with the change in the lab charges.
40% increase.
Yeah. Good increases in the outpatient because of us moving moving from Quest to inpatient, I mean, to in-house for our laboratories.
Okay, so we can move on to the financial statements. The first page is the hospital balance sheet. You can see cash is up a little bit. And once again, I only have the financial statements in here for 12/31 because I have year-to-date, which is the first quarter. So looking at on the first quarter, the year-to-date side, you can see that we were under budget on our hospital inpatient by $338,073.97, but we were over budget on our outpatient and by $74,667.80. And we were talking about this, Ray and Michael and I, about, because it doesn't look great, but at the same time, when we were budgeting, we increased everything by, what, 5%. So
Increase, yeah.
haven't met that yet, but we're still working on it.
Yeah, we went back and, I think we were really concerned when we looked at the revenue. We went back and looked by individual departments, and pretty consistently, the unfavorable variance pretty well matches up with the 5% rate increase. So the volume of work by departments is about the same as last year. So we're not, the thing that does concern us, I have to tell you, is the admissions, and we're looking at that, trying to figure out, we haven't had bad weather, we haven't had any bad flu, but we budgeted 45 admissions, and we're under that by about 19, I think, so for the year to date. So.
Right. Our expenses year-to-date, $4,129,386 with a budget of $3,959,366, which leaves us a little over budget, $170,000. Down at the bottom, you'll see on the total income, that includes the IGT money that we received back in October. So this leaves us with year-to-date net income of negative $235,370.94.
We did expect an 11/15 payment in February.
So we're about 5% over, which is what we should be, because of
Yeah.
the raises.
Yeah.
But we're about 13% lower on the admits.
On the,
On the
For the admissions?
oh, yes, yeah.
On
Which is reflected in the unfavorable variance on inpatient revenue.
Right.
On the clinic side, their year-to-date total revenue, $1,311,218 with a budget of $1,630,283. So definitely under budget on their revenue, but also under budget on their total operating expenses by $60,879. I did notice that both of the Carpenters nurse practitioners, both Crosby and Barrett, their businesses have seemed to increase a little bit here in December, so that did look better. When you get to the pecan income statement, you'll notice that.
Is that why the increase in the 501A, probably?
Probably so,
And we
yeah.
also got a mid-level with Dr.
Hutchinson, yes.
And they talked with him this morning, and he said it was a little slow last week, but they've been really busy this week. And our parking lot has really been full this week, the doctor said.
Flipping over to the pecan plantation income statement. We've added a new line there, which is up in the revenue section, the pecan lab revenue. And Michael, I don't know, did you want to talk about bringing it in-house or anything? Did you want to?
We just transitioned over from Quest to doing everything in-house again. With that, we do bring in a little bit of expense, so we have to take over the collections on the front end. So we've got a couple of collectors and some other things that kind of come along with that. But I think it's a favorable, we've kind of squabbled back and forth on getting to a fair, where we wanted to be cash-wise with them, and it just never really happened. So therefore, it was in our best interest to just take it back over and do it ourselves. With that, you will notice on some of, we actually reduced our prices on lab work considerably. A CMP prior, or basic chemistry panel, prior we were charging $280, we dropped it down to $70. So we are comparable with, you see the increase in outpatient, but that's also with us decreasing our pricing as well. and that puts us more competitive with Quest. I tried to keep it right about Quest charges, so that way, you know, somebody doesn't have to drive to Granbury and have their lab drawn there. So at the same time, we, like ER, if you see an individual ER statement, you'll notice the outpatient lab is decreased. Well, it's that decrease in price, but we more than made up for it in the outpatient revenue through the front window. You know, once upon a time, it was in our best interest to charge more because we got paid a percent of charge. So if they were gonna pay us 70% of what we charge, everybody increased their charges to make up that difference. But now we get paid on a DRG basis in the hospital. So, you know, somebody comes in with pneumonia in the hospital, we get paid X amount of dollars. It really doesn't matter what we charge for the lab. At the end of the day, we're gonna get paid X amount of dollars. So changing our lab pricing really, as a whole, isn't gonna affect the cashing, but on the outpatient side, it does, so.
It gives self-pays a much better outlook towards us.
Exactly, and along with that,
A lot of people have percentages that they have to pay.
yeah. And along with that, that brings all our billing back in-house here. So if you've got a problem with your bill, you can come up here and sit down with a biller and not be on the phone with Quest for hours on end trying to talk to somebody in North Carolina to get it resolved. You can come up, sit down, and we can work it out internally, and it just works out a whole lot better that way.
That was excellent.
The billers are busier. I mean, we've got a whole lot of claims. Just test-wise, I think first 2 days of January, we did 1,200 tests in 2 days. Just to kind of give you an idea of the volume that's come back in. We come to find out Quest was sending a bunch of stuff out on the front end that we didn't realize, and we kind of found out. Doctors that weren't associated with us, if you came from the Metroplex with your requisition, Quest was actually sending those straight to Quest, so we never had record of them in our system. So that's when we kind of felt it was in our best interest just to take everything back over and do it ourselves.
And we're passing the savings on to our consumers.
We're able to drop the pricing out, but it's also positive cash flow for us. I think that when it's all said and done too, it'll be a positive move, cash flow wise for us as well, so.
Definitely.
That's really cool, absolutely.
So, that being said, there'll be a line now that'll have the Pecan Lab revenue, which is a report that Michael provides to me so that I can include on this. And then underneath discounts allowance where it has Quest, you'll just see a small portion in November because as of mid-November, I guess. we're done.
November 16th, we broke ties, and so
Right.
you see part of a month in November. December reflects a full month of Pecan outpatient.
Right, so for December, you can see that there was a profit of 21,510. Still negative for the year, but I'm seeing that there's a big change going forward, so that looks really good. The next document is our OSA document, and I believe at the last meeting, we had gone through the end of November, even though we were presenting, you know, October. So really, the only 3 additions were the 3 transfers in December. There's now 2 pages, so if you go to the second page, you'll see that the clinic has actually given more money to the hospital than the hospital to the clinic. So we're up 66,000. That's good.
Good.
Yeah, so we're taking advantage of those good collections over there in the clinic. After that are the check registers, and we did put in both November and December. So I'll give you some time to look through those if you'd like, and let me know if you have any questions. You'll see on the first page of the November hospital, a lot of voided checks. When we thought we were getting some of that, the UC money, we had
Starting to pay bills.
started to pay bills. Yeah, so anyway,
never mind.
Tax refunds.
yeah, so,
But that didn't cost us money to do that, right? It was-
No, that's just in-house,
no,
yeah.
just.
We stopped paying everything, we just,
Oh, right, no,
Yeah.
yeah, right, no.
Yeah,
It was just
sure.
a stack I had on my desk hoping to get out, and they never did. It's like, okay, well,
Sure.
it's all right, we'll
Anyway,
sending them out soon.
don't have the money, can't do it.
Yeah. Right.
Luker Pharmacy Management, who's that?
That's the group that manages our pharmacy. We staff it with a pharmacy tech, but then the pharmacist is provided by Luker. In addition to providing the pharmacist, they provide an online service so that whenever admission comes in after hours, we can send the orders to them. They'll review them and then send them back to us. They need to be reviewed prior to the administration to the patient. But they're a pharmacy management company that we use. And that gets us around having to have a full-time pharmacist in-house or on staff.
I see that thing went away, that Claire, real Claire.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, the $3 roll was, yeah.
That thing was bugging me.
Yeah.
So you're on the, okay, so you're on the American Express statements.
Yeah.
That is good. There's gonna be both November and December in those also.
Actually, I was just looking at the transaction, I haven't got the emails yet. So might still be, I haven't looked. I'll just take a minute.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's already gone away on the statements or not. Let me go through here. Let's see. I was going to mention on the, I believe it's the December 501 check register, you'll see there's a $12,000 check to RBC Roofing, and that's part of the renovation over there in Dr. Hutch's office. That was paid on a clinic check.
PayPal, huh?
Saw that, I don't know what that's for, I saw that on
Which page?
there.
Oh, PayPal Shoplet for $146, is that the one you're looking at?
No, $2.99, $2.99.
Because there's another one for, that's
Gumbo,
Dr.
whatever that is.
It should have the department right next to it. I'm trying to find the $2.99 now. Is that December or November?
October.
October 15th, $2.99.
Oh, I thought you said $299.
No, no,
Oh, good lord.
no.
Professional
Things
service.
jump out at you, I don't know.
It's first page, first page of the
Silly House. There's one that says Silly House 64, when somebody picks their name, they probably didn't realize.
Oh, I know what that is.
That's exactly.
You know what that is? Because I was going to say, that's Department 53, that's accounting. That was, we were trying out a new 1099 service. We have to do our 1099s and we electronically file, and we were testing out one of them.
So you guys have a subscription to Adobe Acrobat Pro. So that's just paid monthly. You didn't have to buy the whole big product that costs thousands of dollars. That's a good deal. They used to sell it retail, where you could buy the whole thing for like 2,000 or 1,200, whatever, for the Acrobat. And now they actually sell a subscription where you basically lease it from pay monthly. I think that's what you guys are
So you automatically get the updates, is what you're saying? Instead
Yeah.
of having to
doing.
keep
Yeah, instead
purchasing?
of having to upgrade
Yeah.
every couple of years,
That
you
makes
just
sense.
pay regularly, and that's their new deal.
I noticed that in December, the 501 paid AT&T twice, and in November only once.
Let's see, hold on.
518?
Yeah.
501A, AT&T,
43, I was going to say T-Mobility.
I was thinking maybe it was one of the doctor's cell phone. but
Yeah, but
that's
see, one of them's
choosing-
AT&T and for 385.42 in November, and in December, it's AT and T-Mobility, it's a cell phone, is that the
Cardio.
cardio cell phone?
They
that
go
you-
to
Well, he's talking on 501A though.
They went to track.
And there was a payment on the 501A in November,
518.
One, and then two in December.
385, and
Yeah.
then 2 in December. But I'm trying to see if, no, it wasn't.
I'm sorry,
Say maybe-
that is hospital. Let me go to 518, here's 518. Oops, yeah, it's 412.
Did we get behind?
We might have, I was
Bill?
gonna say, we might have gotten behind and had to hurry up and pay two at the same time, or close to each
How
other.
many phones does the 501 have?
All of them.
I've got 10.
I'm not sure how many.
Would that, is it a cell phone or is that the phone
Radio.
bill?
No,
That's
the
their phone
mobility is
bill.
a cell phone, the $412, that should be,
The pecan, is that the pecan phone bill?
I don't know if that's paid, I don't know, honestly.
That sounds like the phone bill. And that sounds like Sarah probably had to call in order to get it, sent over to her.
Oh, that was that.
She talked to me about it too.
Okay, so that's.
Oh, that's right.
It wasn't submitted, so she had to call and get it.
That's
because it was-
exactly right. Yes, right. Well, we had some transition when Susan went over to
Yeah.
Pecan, and she was the one signing off on invoices.
That's right.
We got kind of confused and didn't get some of them, or they didn't end up at Sarah's where they should have ended
So
up.
400 was probably the landlines at Pecan?
I
Yeah.
believe so,
Is that
yes.
for like 1 month, or you think 2 or 3? Or?
Well, it's several landlines, because and it's gonna be their fax, and it's gonna be
And
the
also-
labs, and they'll have an extension.
So it looks like it costs about as much as Windstream charges us. Surely Pecan doesn't have what the hospital has, does it? Or am I just not seeing all the Windstreams?
I do know there's a program through Windstream that we are getting about a, was it 60% discount, 60% discount to the federal,
Yeah.
it's a federal program that we participate in the hospital, that we're able to get cheaper phone rates here.
Let's do some research on that.
Yeah.
Okay, see what.
Absolutely.
So
that is.
at 1016, there's a $5,000 charge for Kasama Inc.
Oh, Kasamba, that's our rehab software.
Yeah.
Yes, rehab
For
software.
Therapy. Mhm.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
How do you rehabilitate software?
So they, yeah,
Writing subroutines?
Too late,
Everything's over.
they can't be saved.
Either that or documentation about it.
I assume that's the software that tracks it.
yes.
You log it all in there and keep
Yep.
track of the whole thing, schedule it out, and figure out when's what.
That way you can report to the appropriate federal authority whether or not you've actually done good with your patient.
They want that nowadays.
I'm sure they do.
Everything has to go into
And they might mention it to the doctor, maybe.
I'll make it. Real Networks is on there, though. Just-
What's that?
Real Networks is on there, you just see them.
We,
Oh, I see, yeah.
I only know because it's Seattle. It's like home base.
Are y'all ready to move over to the physician statistical, or do you need some more time?
I'm fine.
John, I don't think, so if you weren't here the last time, you might not have seen, but there's a change on the physician statistical report. Instead of having just the gross outpatient, or gross inpatient, which one did we have? Outpatient or inpatient? Thank you. Okay, now we have gross outpatient and the combined revenue. So you can see a better picture of, on the doctors.
The combined revenue, that's all the revenue that's generated in the hospital by the individual physicians.
After that is the patient statistical report. I'm sorry, did you have a question?
I'm just looking and saying,
Go ahead.
wow, Hutchinson, 72.
Well, she's an internist, I mean, you would expect,
I'm used to seeing her.
Dr. Burroughs is a close second, let me say, yeah.
She's
Not always
first.
second.
They're behind Turk. Turk's got her in second.
No, Burroughs is
No.
173, and Hutch is 187.
Oh, you're looking at the other numbers.
Yeah, total revenue, yeah, total
I was
revenue.
looking at the, I was actually looking at discharges.
Okay, okay.
That's where I was. Don't
Dollars
want to confuse
more
everybody.
important.
So that's all gone up for her since she got that other person in there, right?
Dr. Hutch, yeah, but she has, no,
He started the middle of November, beginning of November.
Yeah.
Okay.
the patient statistical report is after that, and that you can see then by, because I gave you the admits for the quarter, it's broken down on this page, so you can see 45 for October, 37 in November, and 36 in December. And then behind that, I put both the financial dashboards for November and December, if you want to take a look at those. And then that is it, that's all I have.
So our debt number jumped to 721%.
What?
The debt, he's talking on the financial dashboard. That was down from October though, and then if you look at the last page, December, you'll see it's at 509.
So what caused that to jump up?
No, in October it was 1,300 and something, and that's because of the bond.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing's in there.
Right, the whole bond obligation is included in that, which really skews it. And as we go through the year, you'll see it decline, especially after we make a bond payment, which we will especially in February. February 15th is our bond payment, that's a big one. Because that's both the interest and the not penalty, please don't say that. Interest and principal. Please don't say that. No. I also brought in the bank statements for December, which nobody had a chance to look at, so they're there if you'd like to look through those, if you've got any questions on those.
I probably don't have.
That's for each of the accounts, both 501A and hospital. you want to touch on IGT or anything? Okay. Well, I mean, you know, 'cause we sent that money out the 1st of January that we'll be getting the next day or so. I'm talking about,
Oh, this RIP?
yes.
Yes, yeah, we expect to receive 100, and we've IGT'd on the this RIP, and expect to receive that payment, today, tomorrow, before Friday.
Before Friday,
And
because that was
that's
the deadline.
187,
Yeah.
so 187,000, so that's, yeah, that's a dis RIP. Yeah, and then we'll receive the uncompensated care in February, which will be a much larger check. We should get those amounts tomorrow.
I'm happy, can I just get a PDF of these?
Mhm.
I don't want to take your breath.
Yeah, okay.
That's
I
fine.
like looking at it at home on my computer. Sure.
Anybody
Little screen out there.
but Dr. Burgess?
Well, that's Dr. Burks, you don't want the paper, PDF, or both?
Neither.
I just yell about it.
It's ridiculous.
Stop saying it.
I want to be responsible for that information.
Uh,
I understand.
Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Woo-hoo.
6:12. Thank you.
I'd second that.
Thank you all very
I'll
much.
vote for it if you have a vote.
I'll vote too.
I'll run out the side door.
We still have fun.
Absolutely. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm hammered around.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, actually, I prefer electronic versions, because then they're password protected, right? Nobody
Yeah,
can get
turn
in.
us off, they're not gonna.
Not a
Yeah.
problem.
I like it that way.
Did we turn off the camera?
Let Bruce-
Oh, okay.
Get it that way.
I was supposed to forget about that stuff. Dang cameras.